In the midst of turmoil and chaos, a wounded soldier, battered and bruised from the relentless battle, finds salvation in the form of Genbu. As the soldier's pained eyes meet hers, he can't help but wonder if she is a saintess, a divine presence sent to aid those in need. Genbu, her memory stirred by the soldier's question, reflects on the times when she was hailed as a saintess. With a quiet conviction, she affirms her role as a saintess. The soldier, overwhelmed with gratitude, utters heartfelt thanks, a simple yet profound acknowledgement of the solace she has brought him. But amidst this fleeting moment of respite, a shadow emerges from behind, casting a grim reminder of the ongoing battle. Tamo, with urgency etched across his face, implores Genbu to hasten her healing efforts. The foes they face are unlike any other, undead dragons that defy death itself. These creatures, with their relentless resurrection, threaten to plunge the capital into despair. Wayne, their leader, has entrusted them with a solemn duty: to keep casualties at a minimum. Genbu, understanding the weight of her responsibility, assents with a solemn nod. She acknowledges the urgency of the situation and pledges to do her utmost to mend the broken bodies that continued to pour in. Elsewhere on the battlefield, Kijin finds herself entangled in a relentless dance of death with the immortal dragons. Frustration courses through her veins as her attacks fail to bring an end to these resilient foes. The soldiers, observing this seemingly futile struggle, are struck with disbelief. Kijin's presence, along with the other brave warriors, is all that stands between the capital and its inevitable descent into ruin. Their leader, a stalwart figure amidst the chaos, rallies his troops. He exhorts them to stand firm, to embrace the impending danger with unwavering resolve. The knights are given a crucial task: to fortify their defenses and keep the dragons in check. Meanwhile, Wayne's loyal subordinates and skilled magicians prepare to weave fusion spells, unleashing potent magic that could turn the tide of this dire battle. Dane and Shizako, their hearts aflame with determination, relish the prospect of newfound allies joining their ranks. In this new world, Wayne and his companions find themselves thrust into the limelight, their identities no longer veiled in secrecy. The people here, aware of Wayne's significance, rally behind him and his cause. The support they receive is both heartening and humbling, a testament to the impact Wayne has had on this world. Kijin shares a vital piece of information. These immortal dragons owe their unnerving resilience to a malevolent miasma that binds them to the colossal dragon. Their mission, therefore, is not to slay the unslayable, but to endure until Wayne confronts and defeats the colossal dragon. With unwavering determination, they steel themselves for the challenges that lie ahead. Promising to give their all, they prepare to face the relentless onslaught of the immortal dragons. In another corner of this sprawling battlefield, Toda finds himself strangely exhilarated by the chaos. To him, these dragons are nothing more than glorified sandbags, providing him with a twisted sense of satisfaction. Tenku, however, observes Toda's reckless abandon with concern. He fears that Toda's wild fervor will eventually lead to his exhaustion. Amidst this battle of wills, Byaku steps forward with a plan. His confidence unwavering, he declares that defeating the immortal dragons is well within their grasp. His solution? Freezing them. With the incantation of his purple frost spell, he attempts to immobilize the dragons in ice. Yet in a cruel twist of fate, Toda finds himself ensnared in the icy prison alongside the creatures. Dane, witnessing this unexpected turn of events, can't help but burst into laughter. In the heat of the moment, Ringoku observed with satisfaction how the strategy of freezing the formidable dragons was proving to be highly effective. Toda, a fiery spirit in his own right, shattered through the frozen barrier and approached Byaku, confronting him about his actions. The burning question on Toda's mind was, "Why did you do that?" Tensions ran high. Toda, with his eyes locked onto Byaku, contemplated whether he should administer a well-deserved reprimand before the dragons. In response, Byaku, his anger evident, goaded Toda further. He challenged him with a smirk, daring Toda to take action if he believed he could. The others regard Toda with a mixture of amusement and exasperation. He is, undoubtedly, a problem child in their midst. As the battlefield unfolds, Kijin reaches out to Wayne, her voice carrying a sense of urgency. She implores him to expedite his battle against the colossal dragon, for she fears that their current struggle may prove unsustainable. Wayne, ever composed, acknowledges her concern. However, he recognizes that the colossal dragon is no ordinary foe. In a daring display of its might, the colossal dragon unleashes a devastating purple beam toward Wayne, prompting Rollo to issue a cautionary warning. Wayne, quick on his feet, employed his spirit mirror spell to reflect the dragon's attack back at it. Wayne found the dragon's abilities intriguing. It could not only reflect magic attacks but also absorb physical ones. Curiosity piqued, Wayne decided to test his onmyoujutsu against the formidable foe. With determination in his eyes, he cast his spirit flame spell, conjuring azure flames that surged toward the dragon. To Wayne's surprise, the dragon defended itself against the azure flames. It was becoming apparent that only the onmyoujutsu seemed to have any effect on the colossal dragon. Wayne, undaunted, continued his assault, using a combination of spells. He cast Void World, followed by Powder Deer, and then fused the power of Black Flame with the Blue Flames, unleashing the devastating combination against the giant dragon. Polo, one of Wayne's companions, watched in astonishment as Wayne seamlessly combined multiple techniques. Yet to their collective shock, the colossal dragon remained unscathed. Its resilience was awe-inspiring, and Polo couldn't help but marvel at the creature's incredible toughness. Wayne, however, had expected this outcome. His earlier shots were not intended to harm the dragon, but rather to locate its weak spot. Using his spirit sight, Wayne honed in on the dragon's vulnerability, pinpointing its stomach as the area with the most damage. The colossal dragon, undeterred, prepared to unleash 3 beams of energy at Wayne, each one charged with deadly intent. Wayne swiftly raised his shield, blocking the oncoming barrage, and then maneuvered to evade the dragon's lunging bite. However, the colossal dragon created multiple clones of itself, launching a relentless series of attacks against Wayne. Paulo watched with a sinking feeling, believing that Wayne could only defend against the dragon's overwhelming strength. The situation seemed dire, and the fate of the capital hung in the balance. Meanwhile, in a different part of the battlefield, Byaku and Toda were locked in combat. Toda unleashed a fiery spell against Byaku, who deftly dodged the attack, causing it to strike one of the immortal dragons. Byaku seized the opportunity, using the conflict with Toda to his advantage. He continued to bait Toda into launching attacks, all while strategically directing those spells toward the immortal dragons. Suzuku and Dane, observing this masterful maneuver, were astonished by Byaku's tactical prowess. It appeared that, thanks to Byaku's ingenuity, they might just gain the upper hand against the immortal dragons. Kijin and her fellow warriors, who had been battling tirelessly alongside her, found renewed hope in the midst of the chaos. They began to believe that they could weather the storm and protect the capital from impending doom. Ringoku, however, couldn't shake his concern for Wayne. He knew that Wayne, despite his considerable abilities, was still not as powerful as he had been in his previous life. He worried about the possibility of Wayne losing to the colossal dragon in an unfortunate twist of fate. Kijin, ever the optimist, reassured Ringoku. "Don't worry," she said with confidence. "We know just how strong Wayne is. All we need to do is follow his orders. After all, Wayne is history's most potent exorcist, having mastered all 5 elements of yin and yang." Back at the heart of the conflict, Wayne had grown accustomed to the colossal dragon's relentless attacks. He knew that it was time to transition from defense to offense. As the dragon launched yet another assault, Wayne braced himself for what lay ahead. Prepared to unleash his mightiest spell, Kagutsuchi of Fire. With a resounding incantation, Wayne released the blazing inferno toward the giant dragon. Flames danced in the air, forming a searing vortex of destruction. As Sophie and Princess gazed skyward, their eyes locked onto an immense, swirling purple cloud that dominated the horizon. They couldn't help but wonder if the colossal clash between Wayne and the colossal dragon was unfolding amidst that celestial battleground. Sophie's heart swelled with a mixture of worry and faith. She couldn't fathom the notion of Wayne succumbing to defeat. Princess, always astute, probed deeper. She sought to understand if Sophie's faith in Wayne extended even when pitted against a formidable adversary like the dragon. Sophie's reply was resolute. Her trust in Wayne remained unshaken. Amidst their conversation, Princess continued to fix her gaze upon the heavens. With a voice infused with conviction, she declared that Wayne was destined to be the savior of their nation. In the skies above, Rollo's protective barrier had shattered under the tremendous force of the explosion. Wayne, however, was quick to acknowledge the role Rollo's barrier had played in avoiding casualties during their intense confrontation. As the dragon poised for a new attack on Wayne, Rollo cautioned that their barrier might not hold against this impending assault. Wayne, his voice calm yet resolute, spoke into the magical communication link. "Kijin, can you hear me?" Kijin, his loyal ally, responded promptly, "Yes, Wayne, what can I do for you?" Wayne's thoughts drifted back to the battle and the unique challenge that the colossal dragon presented. "I find this world truly fascinating," he began. "I never would have imagined encountering a being of such formidable strength here." Kijin, who knew Wayne's exceptional abilities, understood the significance of his praise. "It must be a formidable opponent indeed if you speak of it in such terms," she remarked. Wayne nodded, his voice filled with resolve. "I believe it's time for me to go all out," he declared. Kijin accepted the weight of Wayne's decision. "Very well. We've already dealt with all the dragons on the ground. You can cancel their summoning at any time." Wayne expressed his gratitude before admitting to himself that he had never expected to push himself to such limits again. He braced himself for the task ahead. In a spectacular display of power, Wayne unleashed a spell of immense magnitude, invoking the spirit summoning. A brilliant blue aura of mana enveloped him, signaling the release of an extraordinary surge of energy. Rollo, who observed from the skies above, was left utterly stunned by the magnitude of Wayne's power. The increase in Wayne's strength was on a scale they had never seen before. It was as if Wayne had become a dozen times more formidable than he had been mere moments ago. In a climactic moment, Wayne unsheathed his sword, enveloping it in a brilliant blue mana. The dragon retaliated with a fierce purple mana beam, but Wayne countered with a swift, precise slash of his empowered sword. The blue mana cut through the dragon's beam, cleaving the colossal creature in twain. Princess, awestruck, witnessed Wayne's triumphant victory. Standing amidst the aftermath, Wayne turned to her, a smile gracing his face, and calmly reassured her that he had kept his promise. Meanwhile, Kane, watching from the confines of his palace, could scarcely believe the astonishing turn of events. The people below were equally astounded, witnessing the once darkened skies transform into a clear azure expanse. They rejoiced in their newfound safety and speculated about who had vanquished the monstrous dragon. Many assumed that Rollo's magic barrier had thwarted the beast, and thus Rollo must have been the hero responsible. In the sky, Rollo remained awestruck by Wayne's incomprehensible power. Wayne, ever humble, explained that he had not sought to conceal his abilities, but had exercised restraint to avoid becoming a pariah, for such abnormal strength could lead to fear and ostracism. However, this time he had no choice but to unleash his full potential to safeguard the land. Rollo, deeply moved by Wayne's sacrifice and heroism, halted Wayne as he was about to take his leave. He expressed his profound gratitude as a patriot who cherished his homeland, recognizing that Wayne's actions had saved their country. Wayne, his usual affable demeanor intact, accepted Rollo's appreciation before teleporting away. As Wayne descended to the ground, Sophie, concerned for his well-being, approached him with genuine care. Wayne assured her that he was unharmed. The princess, too, extended her gratitude to Wayne for protecting her beloved nation. Wayne, in his typically modest manner, replied with a warm "You're welcome." Salamander, the fiery spirit, materialized and voiced his admiration for Wayne's triumph over the dragon. Sophie questioned how Salamander could be so energetic after previously appearing unconscious. The other spirits gathered around Wayne, expressing their gratitude for his role in defeating the dragon and releasing their seals. Wayne downplayed his actions, claiming that he had merely taken responsibility for releasing the seals. Salamander, overcome with excitement, pledged his unwavering loyalty to Wayne for the remainder of his existence, prompting hearty laughter from Wayne. Cede entered the conversation, finding it hard to believe that Wayne had indeed defeated the colossal dragon. Wayne, with an air of nonchalance, affirmed his victory and shared that he had to exert his utmost effort to emerge triumphant. Cede chuckled in response. In the aftermath of the battle, reconstruction efforts in the capital commenced promptly. While some buildings had suffered damage, the intervention of the 12 heavenly generals had minimized the destruction. The capital's populace erupted in jubilation, celebrating their newfound safety and the heroism that had preserved their land. Back at Wayne's abode, Kijin arrived with news of a visitor. Wayne, intrigued, inquired about the identity of the guest. Upon inspection, he discovered that it was Princess Coley herself. Baffled by her presence, Wayne asked her why she had come. The princess revealed that it had been decided that Wayne would receive a medal in recognition of his heroic feat, and she had personally come to extend the invitation. Wayne, ever modest, considered the prospect of a medal to be excessive recognition. He inquired if it was truly necessary, to which the princess responded that Wayne was the hero who had saved their nation, and thus declining the honor would be problematic. Gratefully, Wayne accepted the invitation, realizing the importance of such recognition. The princess, however, had one more gift in mind, a personal one from her to Wayne. Wayne hesitated, asserting that he had not sought any rewards when he had aided her. The princess, undeterred, playfully insisted, her voice tinged with a hint of mischief. With a sudden rush of boldness, she leaned forward and kissed Wayne. As quickly as it had happened, she pulled back, leaving Wayne bewildered. She bid him good night and departed, leaving Wayne to contemplate the unusual gift she had bestowed upon him. The following day, Wayne found himself at the royal palace, where he was formally awarded the medal for his heroic defeat of the dragon. Despite the honor, he appeared visibly fatigued upon returning to his office. Kijin, concerned for his well-being, gently broached the subject of declining the medal. Wayne, however, understood that this duty came with being a noble, and that the medal would bring solace and assurance to the people. Kijin admired Wayne's considerate nature and deep commitment to his country and its citizens. Wayne stood in awe as he gazed upon the magnificent medal. It was the medal of the Dragon Lord, the highest honor in the country, reserved only for those who had performed extraordinary feats for the greater good of the people. In fact, Wayne was the first recipient of this prestigious medal in nearly a century, and he held the distinction of being the youngest recipient ever. Kijin, his trusted companion, couldn't help but smile with pride, telling Wayne that it was only fitting for someone as great as him to receive such an honor. She added that the Granado family would no longer be labeled as second-rate nobles, their status forever elevated by Wayne's heroic actions. A knock at the door interrupted their conversation. The door swung open to reveal none other than the princess herself. Wayne and Kijin, wondering what had brought her to their doorstep on this particular day. With a warm smile, the princess explained that she had forgotten to mention an additional prize that accompanied the medal of the Dragon Lord, unsure if the reward would be considered sufficient. Before revealing that Wayne would receive 1,000 platinum coins as an extra prize, Wayne was taken aback by the generosity of the reward. While he considered the amount to be rather exorbitant, he couldn't deny that such a windfall would work wonders for the development of the Granado territory. However, the princess had more surprises in store. The Brehilga family of Mateo, one of the 7 great noble families, would no longer retain their esteemed status. Instead, that seat was now offered to the Granado family. Wayne's family had ascended to become one of the 7 great noble families, a feat previously thought unattainable. With a furrowed brow, Wayne voiced his concerns, questioning whether the other noble families would vehemently oppose such a change. The princess chuckled heartily at his skepticism and reassured him, saying, "Who could be more suited to fill that seat than the hero who saved our country?" Wayne still found it difficult to grow accustomed to being hailed as a great hero. A grand parade was organized to inform the people about Wayne's extraordinary achievements. The response from the populace was overwhelmingly passionate, as they cheered and waved in gratitude for their hero. Amidst the jubilation, the 4 spirits that had aided Wayne in his battle against the dragon returned to their original abodes. Salamander, in particular, remained as a guardian spirit for the Kulbat, their bond strengthened through their shared triumph. As Wayne made his way to school for the first time since the dragon incident, he could feel the weight of the stares directed at him. It was only natural, considering he was now recognized as the hero of the country. Henry, his close friend, congratulated him on his newfound fame, remarking that people couldn't help but be captivated by Wayne's presence. Wayne responded with a knowing nod, acknowledging the unavoidable attention that came with his newfound status. Suddenly, a crowd of students, particularly girls, swarmed around Wayne, eager to hear the tale of how he had defeated the dragon and to learn about onmyoujutsu. Sophie, Wayne's friend, couldn't hide her jealousy as she struggled to get close to him amidst the throng of admirers. Kijin, ever protective, contemplated dispersing the crowd, but Wayne gestured for her to hold back. The school's principal, Rollo, entered the classroom, his eyes twinkling with amusement. He remarked on Wayne's newfound popularity and confessed that he was almost envious of the number of admirers Wayne had garnered. Wayne, eager to get to the point, asked Rollo what he wished to discuss. Rollo leaned in and presented Wayne with a proposal that left him intrigued. He asked if Wayne would consider becoming a scholarship student. Wayne's eyes widened at the unexpected offer. The proposition of becoming a scholarship student had taken him by surprise.